Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to another designer chat here live on Facebook. I'm Mia Farrell with ACo. I am here to help you love where you live. And, during all of this with the quarantine, I know things are starting to open up a little bit. We've just been trying to stay engaged with you guys. We are now open to the public, so come visit our showroom in Fishers. But meanwhile, we're still here every Friday chatting about some home remodeling stuff. So this week, we've got John Hayes with Hallmark Home Mortgage. I'm excited to see you, John. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mia. I wish I was there in your beautiful studio with you in the showroom.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cool stuff. You'll have to make a point to come by sometime.
I'll be back.
We've got a couple bar displays. Maybe we could do a happy hour one day.
My reputation precedes me.
That's perfect. Well, John, we've invited you here today to talk a little bit about how we've kind of figured out a great way to work together to help homeowners realize that they can afford to execute the remodels that they want to. A lot of times people think that, oh gosh, I really want to tackle this kitchen. I really want to do my bathroom, or both. Or maybe there's just a really large scale remodel that they want to tackle and they think, I just don't know that it's in the cards for us with the budget. So talk to us a little bit about what it is that we've got in place.
Sure thing. So you're correct. A lot of people approach, a large remodel, kitchen, bath, the major stuff, and they've got a couple options. If they've got cash in the bank, great, they can pull their cash out, or they can go to their bank and ask for a home equity line of credit, a HELOC. But those HELOCs are really based on as the house sits today, they'll loan you up to 90% of that amount. And that's a lot of times not enough to do the projects they want to do. They just don't have the equity built into the property. So at Hallmark, we created what's called our Toolbox Renovation Loan. And what the renovation loan does is it bases our appraised value on that end loan, the as completed amount, excuse me. So we'll take what your house is today, and I'm going to give you an example. This is one that we just closed with you in January. The gentleman's house was worth about $400,000 as it sits. He owed $340,000, so he didn't really have the equity. He did a massive renovation project with you, about $100,000 worth of work. So we took the what he owed, the 340, and our loan amount was that plus the amount of the work was 100,000. And we got an appraisal based on the as completed value, and it came in around I think it was 545, 500, or 550. But that put him at about 80% loan to value. And we could roll all that into a conventional Fannie Mae 30-year fixed rate loan. It was at an interest rate of 3.5%. That's before rates came down. And he was able to do all of those renovations and still keep that mortgage intact without taking cash out of the bank to do it. It's a really great way to realize the as completed, and that's the key word, as completed equity for the project.
Sure. It sounds like we were able to knock out something really great for him. And also really catchy name, Toolbox Loan. Love it.
Thanks. I'd like to say I came up with that, but they didn't take mine.
Well, it's perfect. But it sounds like there could be some risk involved for you guys on your end. Talk a little bit about what that looks like.
Well, we have to have a qualified builder doing this, right? If we do this loan, and how it works is we come in on day one, we've got our appraisal, we've got everything set up. We're going to go to the first closing, which is basically a refinance of his existing mortgage. We're going to pay that off. And then we're going to hold that renovation fee, in that example I gave you, that $100,000, into an escrow account. And we're going to pay out the builder, or you in this case, draws as the money comes due. If we have a builder say, okay, we can do all this work for $100,000, but they're not very good as a builder, or they've got financial issues and they take our first draw and go run off to the Florida, or they file a bankruptcy, or he just realizes he didn't know how to bid it and it's really going to cost $200,000, then we as a bank, we're stuck holding that mortgage. We're stuck with a project that can't be completed, and that's a problem. So we do have to qualify the builder, and we work with good builders, and we're going to vet them, and we're going to look at references. We're going to look at their financials. ACo, you guys were a no-brainer, man. You guys are right in there. We've got you qualified. Anybody that is looking to do that and they're looking to do kitchen, bath, something along these lines with you guys, you're already set up. It's an easy process. And yes, thanks for asking, because there is risk, and we do turn builders down for this that come in all the time.
Yeah, that's important. An important piece to the puzzle there is making sure that everybody involved, all the parties involved in executing, especially a large project,
Sure.
are vetted and good to work with. So we really appreciate that whole process and how that went down and working with you guys on this, because we want to make sure that we're here to help our homeowners love where they live and make their dreams reality. And with something like this, it sounds like it's a really easy process to go through. So talk to me a little bit about what the process is like.
Sure. So, you know, somebody gets the idea to do this, they start talking with you. I would have them, contact me. We can work through the basics of it. I can do a little front end research to, everything depends on that as completed appraisal. But what'll happen is you'll start getting numbers together. I'll have them qualified for that in loan. Once we have all that taken care of, we get the appraisal back. It's a pretty simple process. We have a team that's dedicated. I have nothing but a construction group, and that's all they do are these toolbox loans and new construction loans. And I think you guys found that out. It's pretty streamlined. We want to make it simple for both parties, the builder and our clients, that were our borrowers. We want to make that as streamlined as can be. So, the refinance should be a piece of cake. Once we get that done, they really don't have to do much. You guys call me and say, hey, we're ready for a draw. We send the appraiser out who verifies that the work is done. We cut the check. You guys are getting them in, 48 to 72 hours, wired right into your account. Buyer doesn't have to do anything but just keep looking at the results every day. They can certainly call me with questions, but then we get down to the end, it converts into the final loan, the Fannie Mae 30-year fixed, and it's a piece of cake.
That's fantastic. We always try to make our process as worry-free as possible. So really happy to hear that everything is really streamlined and that people are able to get through this start to finish without the stress of having to go through any other type of loan or anything like that. So we really appreciate this partnership and are really excited to be able to offer this to homeowners. And is there anything else that we haven't touched on that would be important for homeowners to know?
Boy, I don't know. I think you hit it all right on the head, right? I mean, quality should be a given, right? What we're really offering people is
Yeah,
service.
absolutely. Well, John, I really appreciate the time today and really appreciate the partnership and working with you, and looking forward to knocking out some great projects in the future.
I appreciate it too. I appreciate the opportunity. On behalf of everyone at Hallmark, I say thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks so much, John. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks. Bye-bye.